All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with the Chicago Bears. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Pac-Man. 20! 59! Stay with your man!
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Go. 180! Check, 59. I'm coming, baby. Woo!
This is Corey Clement, the third-year back from Wisconsin. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz. The last time these two teams met, boy, was it memorable. Wild card weekend last year as the Eagles started their Super Bowl title defense, and they held on thanks to the doink or the double doink heard around the world on the Cody Parkey missed field goal, and the Eagles would escape 16-15. Of course, they would go on to lose the following weekend to the New Orleans Saints. Wentz on target there to Jeffrey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Wentz now to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
Pick, baby. Don't go this way.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Trubisky will throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Trubisky to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Bears' 24-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wentz to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. And it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. 1st down, a run with Cohen. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Running with Howard. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Done. 59. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Chance. Chance.
Wentz now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start things on 1st with Tariq Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This is Gabriel out on the left side. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Trubisky to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
First down, Bears.
On 1st down, Trubisky into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Throwing now is Wentz. Ertz has it left side. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Wentz. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a first down on a gain of 10. They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now it's Trubisky, eluding the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it third and goal. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position, now facing third down. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it? It
certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Bears take over first and 10.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Graham in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Burton. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Oh, fighting off the defender. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Here we go. 20. 59. Not today, Ron. Not today.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you can tend to play the field. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Barnett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. After the sack on first down, Trubisky. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Trey Burton. His 5th touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it a second down.
2 yards on the pickup. And second and 8 at the 44-yard line.
They run with Howard, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down. As the tackle's made here at the Bears 39.
15 yards. And an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10. Now Howard. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Throwing is Wentz, and that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Second and 5 now. Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Okay, partner, hyperbole alert, all right? I think that this has got to be the best game I've seen this secondary play this entire season. Doesn't matter whether they've been in man, zone, they've reacted, communicated, and really made plays on the football.
They absolutely have. And the play on that last deep ball, maybe the best example of it, they've been solid all game long.
59's mark, 59's mark.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From the 35 on second down, Trubisky. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Again, it's Howard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A good run by Jordan Howard, and now another 1st and 10. A give to Howard running left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
First down. It's Howard. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
4. Wentz. Now he steps away. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bears will get the football back. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set it.
They try again with Cohen. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the 1st down yardage before he's brought down. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and you've got to